92 to 96 degrees. Inside is 44 degrees. So right off is a problem. It was too cold, it would become unstable, and you hear people in old movies whispering. That's because if you talk too loud and it is unstable, it will literally explode from the vibrations from your voice.
What do you think?
I don't know.
What could they use the...
Okay, friends. In order to get to this point, this took about a month. That's actually pretty good. All things considered, they had to go about 2 feet a day at most. They would first start their day by mucking all of the loose rocks, the dirt, all of that stuff out, and then they would go to the actual drilling process. This is where you would have to drill into the rocks about 4 feet, and then you'd get to blow stuff up. That's the fun part, right? This is the most dangerous part that they often had, is this could Careful with this section. It would go about 2 feet a day, blasting that progress. It really doesn't sound like a lot, but given how big this tunnel is, that's actually pretty good progress, doing all of this by hand, other than the actual blasting part. And then they got here. Anyone have a guess as to what this is that we're next to? What do you think?
Dynamite.
Well, yes, it was created by dynamite, but what was here? This is a silver vein. So this is where they found their first bit of... get part of whatever you mined out of here. So when they got in, just a couple of months into the project, they got a little bit of an extra payday. Now this area through here, they were going to follow it however they needed to. This is often called a drift because it will drift along with the silver. There are about 100 feet down below us of other mines, and then 3 more layers above us, so 6 layers altogether. This is what's known as a winze. Leads down to the first and the second layers without actually getting out into the open air. That is the only entrance and exit throughout here. This water is at groundwater level now, but during the actual work times, they would pump this out, constantly keeping the water out of there so that people could work. You were still, like I said, in that knee-deep water. It was still nasty cold down there. Tell you what, go ahead. Imagine standing in this for 10 hours a day with wet pants, denim jeans. Alright, so quiet for a moment. Anybody hear or feel anything?
I feel iron.
Alright, nobody's speaking up, so that's probably a pretty good thing. We are directly underneath the highway right now, I-70. Oh, if you hear, you feel anything, it's probably not a great sign. We are about 200 feet under at this point, so if you do feel anything, it's actually more likely the vibrations from my voice. You can start getting pretty sensitive to that if you're paying attention. Anything else? It's called Dragon's Blood. Really beautiful name. And this is created 3,000 years ago, around that time, because there are many stories about dragons living both inside mountains, sometimes the mountains themselves actually being the dragon. So if you come into a mountain, this was carried over from a lot of English mythology. A lot of people came here from Cornwall, England, other areas like that, and they had the ideas of the dragons. If you came and...
The dead souls wouldn't disturb them.
Almost. We're gonna get to that.
Dead rats.
Dead rats! So they would feed the rats throughout here. You are a very calm, collected group. If you found a bunch of dead rats in an area, this is just a fake skeleton, so don't worry too much as you're all looking at it like, ooh. If you found dead rats, it meant the oxygen level was too low in here, so you couldn't be for. You'd put the crust up in the ceiling because the miners who were alive wanted to respect these Tommyknockers. I know some of you know what this is, but you've already sort of gotten into that, maybe talked about it in school. Tommyknockers.
The miners believe that Tommyknockers were the dead spirits of the old miners that worked here, and if rocks crumbled from the ceiling, or they heard like.
So this is reflective. It's been a little while since it's been polished. Go ahead, make sure you're facing that way. Hold on tight. I'm gonna hit this as hard as I possibly can. It's a little rusty, so I got to practice. You'll be okay, I promise. All right. Ready? I'll hit it on 3. 1, 2. We're still gonna do this 200 times though. You ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead, hold on. You're gonna twist it.
Good. Right there. Where's the other one? Right there. Who knows? You're good. Who knows the 4 sevens?
4 sevens. But I don't know.
You remember?
The rocks crumbling, and they thought that they got the creeps, and they thought it was the Tommyknockers giving them a warning that they needed to get out. And most miners got out as quick as they could because the rocks crumbling they thought were whispers, and the pounding they heard was actually just rocks.
Have you been here before? Hold on to this one. I promise I won't kill him, just lose him. So this is reflective so that the candlelight can see it. You know what? That gives me a thought. You're doing this in way too much light. Let's do this a little more properly.
Oh, no. Yes. No, please don't.
3. I don't want to hurt him. I'm not allowed to do that. 199. 200. All right, so now somehow he has to communicate with me that we're done. I'm not counting. I don't care. That's his job. I can't hear either. I'm deaf. Go ahead and put your thumb right there. I'm not paying attention and I'm looking for a reflective surface. Your thumbs are usually reflective too. So when they first started, they would continue to hit it. All of the kids, lucky you got to ride down in a barrel like this one. It's in a little bit better shape than it is right now. This is because you were holding dynamite, not because you got to go for a fun ride. I'm not talking to anyone in particular, just out loud.
A little bit.
Okay, so yes, Predator.
And at the beginning, notice I slowed down when I said it. To me, it's kind of a tongue twister. I already got to slow down, get in the zone, make sure I got it. It's tricky. Ancestral Pueblo.
Just out of high school and halfway through a year of many dirt storms.
There was one kind that blowed every day for days. I still think I have an inch of dirt in my lungs from that time.
I was ready to go out and grab.
I had got up, and it was a beautiful day.
The day had been one of the better ones in a long time. Warm, clear sky, soft, gentle breeze.
The sky above was a deep cerulean blue. I looked up, and the birds were just flying ahead, just like droves. The world was coming to an end. We shut the door and bolted it just as a thing hit the front.
Sometimes that one doesn't hold. You know the 3 and 3? Come on, do it. You're good, you're good. What's your name? Who knows the 4 and 4? You know the 4 and 4? Come do the 4 and 4. Good, good. Who knows the 5 and 5? Come do.
I know it's from 5 and 5. I want to do it.
Okay, come do the 5 and 5.
Oh, push lever.
You're good, you're good. Who knows the 4? Who knows the 4 tens? 4 tens. Come do the 4 tens.
Blow it up. Yeah.
Now we can't blow it up.